decide is where I'm going to streak. Here I'm applying vertical light paint fading streaks to the area I plan to add rusty streaking to. I want this light fading to be out past the actual rust streak area slightly and also underneath it. Here I'm preparing to add some rusty streaks from the anchor opening where the hose pipe passes through the hull. Hazing with a light color provides a general fading effect of the paint. Aged paint. Next I will lay down texture underneath where the rust streaks will be, adding an element of three-dimensionality to the rust streak paintwork. This is a very stiff oil paint brush. It was not expensive, I can assure you of that. I will just continue down along the hull at all the places I'm going to have rusty streaks. Okay, let's take a close look. I am gently patting the paint on in an irregular fashion. I don't want any straight lines to the rust. They wouldn't look natural. Dark brown. My palette looks like this now. I'm working the darkest color on the outside, and then I come in and I run a slightly lighter shade, working towards the more rusty look in the middle. Well, now that I've worked myself pretty much down the hull, I'm going to come back and fill in the middle. Well, I don't know about fill it in. I'm going to lightly brush a little of this rust color, just a dark orange. Diorama Series UA 702 Life Color. What we're actually doing is we're working from the outside to the middle with the darker colors, the darker browns on the outside, and sort of graduating towards the center where I'm using this rust, which is the lightest color. And I'm trying to just sort of highlight the texture with it. I'm just sort of almost dry brushing so it leaves some of the dark gray, the white that I painted on there. We have preserved some of the white on the far outside of the streak. Here, let me bring you around here so you can see it straight on. See it like I'm seeing it. We have preserved some of the white that we airbrushed on there in the beginning, where the paint is faded and deteriorated as a result of all this water coming down. Well, I'll let that paint dry and think about it and look at it for a while before I decide whether I want to do any more or whether that's about the right amount. Talk to you after a while. Here's something I think is worth remembering. When you look at these places where the ship is bumped against pilings and quays and wharfs and so on, I mean, that's what it looks like. It looks like it's slid against something pretty hard. But to achieve that, let's take a closer look. That's just painted on there, you know. So what did I do to create that effect? Look at all the different colors I used. Light grays, buffs, light tans, dark browns, light browns, but all added up together it looks like it's hit something. I just think that's very interesting that as I worked to try to achieve the effect of abrasions on the hull, what I discovered was adding many different colors, layers of colors, with little bits of it peeking out, is what gave the truest representation of an abrasion. As you get closer, you can see the lighter colors and the darker colors. So many different colors. But when you add it all up together, here we'll even get, that's as close as I can zoom. I'll take a picture of it with my phone and put it up here and get you a little closer than that. But you can still see it even in that picture, that there are many different dots and stripes and brush strokes of so many different colors. And that's what, when it's all summed together, gives the impression of an abrasion, of a hit. I just think that's interesting. You know, I've seen it in art museums and things when I've seen other people do it, and I'm not saying that I'm doing it well, because I'm not. I'm learning about this, but it's astounding when you see it, and it works. It's just amazing how it works. That's my point. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.